This is Nigel Maynard, and this is day 2 of the International Builder Show in Vegas. And today I have a special treat. I'm going to be walking the floor with Matt Reisinger of Reisinger Homes in Austin.
Hey Nigel, great to see you, man.
Matt, I've been a fan of yours for years because you are a blogger, you're a builder, you do a lot of custom work in Austin. But you also do a series of videos on how to do things right.
Yep.
So I figured you'd be a good person to walk the floor and show me some of the things that you're seeing here at the show.
That are interesting.
And so we're starting off at the Marvin booth.
Yeah.
So tell me why you like Marvin.
You know, I've been a Marvin fan for a long time, Nigel. Architects that we work with in Austin really like Marvin, and I use Marvin more than any other brand in my houses, although we use other brands as well.
Okay.
And one of the things I like about Marvin is they've got a real nice range of products that are very high quality, even at the least cost product to their most expensive product.
Okay.
I kind of equate them a little bit to a Lexus Toyota. Their Lexus line is the Marvin full line, and their kind of Toyota line, so to speak, is their Marvin Integrity.
Integrity.
Both,
That's the fiberglass Ultrex.
exactly.
Okay.
Great product, incredibly well built. Both have great SHGCs and U values, which
Okay.
to the geeks out there mean very high efficiency products.
Okay.
And they've got some interesting things out this year at Marvin that caught my eye, and I said, hey, why don't we stop by and see these guys?
Okay, so you started here at this window.
Yeah, so they've got an ultimate double hung that has a really neat feature, which I've never seen before, and you're gonna be floored that no one's ever done this before that I've seen. But it's got a lockout feature, so you can open the window 4 inches and have this window still be locked, so someone couldn't break in, but you could still get ventilation at night. What a crazy tiny innovation!
Right.
But what a great product. It really makes sense.
So you don't see other windows with this sort of easy
I've
technology?
never seen anybody that has that before. And then the other nice thing about this product in particular is you can slam the window down and it will lock on its own.
On its own. Okay.
Most of the time you have to be real cautious about holding the locking mechanism open and closing it and then closing, otherwise you mess up your hardware finish. And in this window you don't have to do that. You just close that window, it's self-locking. Couple of small features that I think really make a difference, and that's the kind of stuff that gets architects excited.
So now Matt and I are at Dow Building Solutions, and we're standing in front of a display that brings up a very important issue for codes and for energy efficiency.
Yeah, so Nigel, as you know, I'm a huge energy efficiency geek.
Yes, indeed.
And ratcheting down the efficiency of my houses has been a major goal. I'm a fan of the Japanese term kaizen, which means small steps in continuous improvement.
Okay.
And so you're going to see a lot more builders using exterior rigid foam. We've been using this for years. This is Dow's XPS, and this is a 1-inch version. And as the 2012 codes have come into effect, there's a big emphasis on stopping that thermal bridging.
Okay.
And so you're going to see a lot more builders figuring out how to use exterior rigid foam and doing it in a best practice manner. So one interesting thing I found at the show that I wanted to talk to you about today was Dow has now got into a fluid applied product for their exterior rigid foam.
Which is this right here.
Which is this right here. You know, tapes have been great for us for years, but there's a certain amount of things that need to be perfect with a tape. You need to have the right applicator, you need to make sure he knows what he's doing, the weather conditions need to be right. So tape products need to be kind of always done perfectly. And so one of the things I like about fluid applied is they take away a couple of the small variables in terms of installing it perfectly. And so this is their fluid applied version.
Okay.
And this is actually a rough window opening with their fluid applied. I think it's called Tough Armor. It's not available everywhere in the US yet, but they're rolling it out here at IBS. And so this rough opening is prepped with this fluid applied spray right here. And then of course you can use it on the seams as well. So if you were using the styrofoam here, this XPS, as your weather barrier, you'd be able to do all those seams. And this is kind of cool. You can it's come into that joint, it'll span a 1/4-inch gap, and it's got about 450% elongation, pardon me. So it's got some ability for that wooden framed house to move and settle and not actually crack that. That is a really cool thing.
So instead of tape that may fail, you use the roll-on or however you get it on. I think they had a paintbrush here earlier.
Yeah, and
so
actually this is a sample of that right there. It kind of looks like a thick paint. It comes in 5 gallons for now, and I'm sure in the future they're going to have core tubes of this as well. You can see it's a really thick product, and this can be put on with an airless sprayer, or it could be put on with a guy that has a brush, a cheap China brush that is going to be rolled on, or brushed onto those seams.
Okay.
Neat product. And by the time you apply this on the whole outside of the house, it'd be tacky enough, as I understand it, to actually start installing windows. Neat product.
A side note, when you're using your exterior foam, what particular width or thickness do you prefer?
So it's going to vary depending on the part of the country that you're in. I like to get at least 1 inch rigid foam in my houses, but I'm doing a project now that has 4 inches on the walls and 6 inches on the roof.
Okay.
So, as much rigid foam as I can get on the outside, that's really the best place for insulation. Okay. Really, the perfect house would have no insulation in the cavity and would have all the insulation on the outside. And that house could be built anywhere in the U.S. and it would perform just as well.
Okay, so now that brings up another issue. When houses are really tight, you need a way to get in fresh air, but you need controlled fresh air.
That's right.
So our next visit is to Panasonic, where you're going to talk about ERVs.
Yeah, Panasonic's got 2 interesting new products that I'd like to show you about. So let's head over there.
Okay, let's do that.
All right.
So Matt, we're at booth number 3, the final one for the day.
Yes.
And you chose Panasonic.
Yep.
And we're standing in front of a product that increases the indoor air quality.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Panasonic in general. They're really the premium brand in the market for this. And I'm a huge fan of this product. It's not new this year. I think it was new last year.
Okay.
But not many people know about it. This is their Whisper Comfort Spot ERV. Most ERV systems in houses can be fairly complicated and fairly pricey. And this one is in the few $100 range. And it really brings a very good, high-quality product to a mass market, and I really like that.
Now, for those viewers who don't know exactly the whole ERV, HRV, can you explain it to them a little bit?
Yeah, so basically what this is doing, and this is a 2-pipe system into this unit, and the idea is this unit is going to bring a little fresh air into the house continuously, and it's going to exhaust about the same amount of air out of the house. So it's a balanced ERV, and as it's doing that, it's got this really cool thing up here, which is a core that is bringing the air streams near each other, but they're not actually touching. And this one is what they call an energy recovery ventilator.
Okay.
So as one airstream flows through this, the other airstream's not touching it, but it's able to reject some of the moisture that's coming in, especially important for us in the South in our hot, humid climate. We don't want a bunch of hot, humid air coming in.
Right.
And then it also acts as an HRV. So it's temporary in cold climates or in cold situations. I don't think I put that in right. It's going to temper that air so it's not so cold. So if the air is 30 degrees outside, by running those air streams near each other, it's going to temper it and warm it up to, let's say, 50 degrees or 55 degrees.
So why do you like ERVs, and are you using them in all of your houses?
I really try and put an ERV in every house. The idea is we want to build the tightest possible house we can build. And that way, we know that we've really sealed up the house, and we know that air is not leaking in an uncontrolled manner. The other way that a lot of people do indoor air quality and bring fresh air in is by just running an exhaust fan all the time.
Okay.
And by putting the house into a little bit of what they call a negative pressure situation. Right. The reason why I don't like that is because now air is going to leak in wherever it wants to leak in. Sometimes that's under doors. Sometimes that's through your attic and through your insulation. Sometimes it's through the fiberglass insulation in your walls. And it's going to bring contaminants. We don't know where that air is coming from. We don't want it to come in that way. We want to bring fresh air in on our terms. And of course, the gold standard for indoor air quality is outdoor air. You never come into your car and sit in your car without the engine running for an hour. Yeah. You're going to always roll down those windows or turn on the air conditioner so you can bring some fresh air in. This is doing the same thing for your house.
Okay, so Matt, the takeaway for today is that we saw an energy efficient window. We saw a better way to apply flashing on your foam. And now we're looking at an indoor air quality ERV to improve the indoor air quality of your homes. So what's the takeaway for us?
The takeaway is really what I mentioned earlier. These are small steps. This is Kaizen for houses. We're taking small steps to improve, and a $350 ERV for your house can make a big difference in indoor air quality. Buying a slightly better window, figuring out a way to do exterior rigid foam, those are ways that you can incrementally increase the efficiency of your house, which is going to lower your energy bills, which is good for everybody. It's good for your pocketbook, it's good for our planet, and it's good for our nation to use less energy.
Matt, I really appreciate the time you took to talk to us today.
Nigel, good to see you, my friend.
Enjoy the rest of the show.
We will. It's quite a show. Thanks for joining us, everybody.